where we've beaten Lavernia on the opening game of district, and both teams played really hard, but Calhoun came away with that. It was good to kind of see a field goal to win a football game. I couldn't tell you the last time Calhoun kicked a field goal to win a football game.
Yeah.
And most high schools don't,
And one thing that was really interesting the other day, I was over at White's Barbecue, and can I say them on the radio?
Sure.
I know they're not one of our sponsors, but they sponsor the school anyway. But Esteban Martinez was there, and he was asking, how's the kicking game going? I said, well, it won us the game last week.
It won us the game. Esteban Martinez, he was a 4-year starter at middle linebacker for Calhoun, started freshman. That was one of the, over the last 20 years, I could easily put Esteban in the top 10 players Calhoun's ever had. That young man could play football. But yeah, how was our kicking game? Well, last week it was really good. Thanks for asking. We kicked 2 field goals last week, so that was good to see that you have a kicker that when you need him, he's able to kick. And I was talking to one of the coaches right after the game. He was up there on top of the press box with us, of the coach for Calhoun that films the whole game for the game film, and he said every day in practice, the last thing they do in practice is they take the center, the long snapper, the holder, which is Cabrales, and then the kicker, Solano. And the last thing they do in practice every day is they line those 3 up, and then the rest of the whole team gets in front of them like their defense, jumps up and down, screams and hollers, jumps all over the place, and they make them kick it like 10 times in a row. So they're used to getting up there and having guys jumping up.
Trying to distract them.
And those are just kind of the little things you do as a coaching staff. And I know Calhoun's not the only coaching staff that does that, but that's the little things you do as coaching staffs. Because you never know, you may need it that one time during the season. And if your kicker is not, most time our kicker is used to kicking the kickoff or kicking an extra point. But when you got a kick going up to win the football game, the other team's going to be doing everything they can to distract you, and the fans are going to be hollering and screaming. And so if your kicker's not used to that, he may be a good kicker, but if he's not used to that environment, that's tough. And so that was kind of interesting to hear. NJROTC coming out to present the colors, and they'll have the national anthem, and then we'll be ready to get this football game going. Yeah, last week's game, Frankie, I think, gained the most yards as the fullback, which is not unusual for Calhoun, but I think that's the first time this year that he was the leading rusher. Of course, it helped. I think he had one run right up the middle of 41 or 42 yards. That does tend to help pad your stats a little bit. And that was late in the game, and that was a huge run when Calhoun was after that run, they scored, and that put them ahead, 19-13. That put them ahead. So, and then Lavernia came back down, scored. Then Calhoun got the ball back, moved it all the way down the field, kicked that field goal with 10 seconds left to put them up by 2, and then kicked it off to Lavernia and held them 2 sacks in a row on the starting quarterback for Lavernia and ended the game. So, very exciting football game. We had a couple of instances, mainly in the second quarter, we kind of like some self-inflicted wounds last week. We bobbled a snap between center and the quarterback 3 times, and kind of going back over that, I think what that mainly was they had a nose tackle that for Lavernia that was firing off. He wasn't coming off sides, but when that ball was snapped, he was hitting that center, and it was causing some issues between them. So they'll get that worked out. Other than that, I think we had one possession in the first quarter where we scored 3 touchdowns and only got a touchdown. Yeah. Because we had 2 of them called back on some penalties. One was a crackback block on the far side.
I heard that on there, and I couldn't believe that.
We scored 3 in a row.
But nothing on the scoreboard.
And one of them counted finally, but one was a crackback block on the far side of the field, and that was a crackback block. That was legitimate. That's a penalty. You can't do that. It's put in there for the safety of all players. Yeah. And not saying the Calhoun player did it on purpose. Sometimes it just happens. And they had one blocking holding penalty on a wide receiver on a sweep coming around the end that I'd have given you a 50-50. If you'd have thrown the flag, I'd have said okay. If you didn't throw the flag, I'd have said okay. But one of them, I was like, that one's not okay. I'll give you 2 out of 3, but that third one. But anyway, we ended up scoring, but it was kind of unusual. Lavernia's probably thinking, what are we doing here? But this team scored 3 times in a row on penalties, and they still got in the end zone. So that was an interesting string of events last week. Yeah. So once again, against Beeville, like I said, Calhoun's 1-0 in district, so they've got the district lead. Opened up against Lavernia last week. Got Beeville this week. They have Floresville next Friday. Friday after that, we go to we have El Campo come here, and in the last game of the season is Bay City in Bay City. So that's our remaining
3 games.
I like that we have El Campo second to the last game of the season, because if we come into El Campo, if we beat Beeville and Floresville, we'll come in undefeated. The winner of that will take a district lead. But if you lose that game and then come back the next week and beat Bay City, you go into the playoffs with a win. Yeah. And El Campo's going to be tough, and if I'm going to lose 1 game in district and it's El Campo, I want to lose it 2 games before playoffs, not the game coming in. Yeah. Because you always want to come into playoffs with a little momentum. That's why I never liked. Every team usually has a bye week. That's why I never liked us having a bye week. Yeah. After the season, the last, and so you especially if you like run all the way through the season and win all the games, and then you have to take a break before you hit playoffs. You want to come into playoffs rolling, whether you win or lose. If you lose that last game of the season, you want to get back out there and play.
And a couple of years we had some really tough tough pre-districts, and we needed that extra week to recover and recoup.
And that's what we did this year. We came through pre-district 1 and 4, but we won the last pre-district game, and our offense really started to click. And but we had a week off, and that really helped us because that allowed us to get Derek Salinas back, and Ricky Martinez, our big offensive lineman, and it showed on that first game against Lavernia.
And here comes the Sandcrab football team coming out on the field.
Once again, live at Calhoun Stadium, you're listening to Calhoun Sandcrab football on 93.3 KNAL. Calhoun has come out of the tunnel, and the Trojans will be coming out on the right. So last week's game was really good. Frankie played really well. Parker ran the offense very well. On defense, I tell you, Ken, he's been improving each week, but last week, number 51 for Calhoun, Bryce Nichols, that young man had a football game as a defensive tackle. I mean, he was just, I think he worked on his technique a little bit. Bryce is a big, strong kid, but he's not real tall, and so I think a lot of times he was getting caught up high. Yeah. And he's been working on his technique at getting underneath, and after about a quarter and a half, Lavernia said, we're not running to the left.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't go interior on him. So Bryce had a really nice game last week, and that was good to see. And we'll see other players do the same tonight. With Calhoun, Hadley last week, Salinas, Cabrales, Parker, all had excellent games last week. You know, Calhoun's kind of got a little bit of a conundrum because minus the quarterback and the fullback, which are going to stay the same unless there's an injury, they're going to be in the whole game, Parker and Frankie. But you've got Cabrales, Salinas, and Hadley, but you got 3 guys to fill 2 other spots in the backfield. Every one of them is just as good as the other one.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a tough situation to have because you want to get them on the field because they're so good. But at the same time, if you have to have one come off to get a break, you know, the third guy comes in, whoever it is, and the defense doesn't go, man, Salinas is out. All right, we can take a break. No, Hadley's coming right at you.
Yeah.
And so that's a good problem for Calhoun to have if we have that problem. Right now they're doing the coin toss at the middle of the field. Number 7, Derek Salinas, one of the captain. Number 24, Colton Judd, middle linebacker. That is number, is that 65? I believe that's Ricky Martinez out there.
Number 7, Derek Salinas.
And number 8, Alex Parker, out to get the coin toss to see whether Calhoun and it looks like the other players standing back on the field, arm to arm, but not out of the deal, are the actual remaining starting offense for Calhoun. Looks like Calhoun won the toss, and we will defer.
Yep.
So we will kick it off to Beeville. As we always do, we will defer and kick it off.
Yeah, always wanting that ball in that second
Oh,
half.
yeah. No. It's a big plus. I think just about any team would want that, you know. But there are some teams probably that want it right up front. They want to go. They want to go, you know. So.
Well, a lot of times that just shows the respect that you have for that other team. You want to just get out there and, hey, look.
Yeah, I want to get out there and score.
And get up and stay up front, you know.
And Whitaker's like, now I'm going to put my defense on the field. We're going to stop you the first drive. Then we're going to score the second. And we're going to go up, you know, a possession. So. Carey's Tire and Automotive is your complete auto repair shop and tire source at 918 Broadway Street. Visit Carey'sTireandAutomotive.com for more info. All right, number 84 for Calhoun, Daniel Solano, the hero from last week. I bet he didn't have to buy his lunch at all this week at school. He was good to go. He walked in. He was big man on campus, and he earned it. 2 field goals last week and 1 to win the game, so he did really well. And they'll be kicking off right to left. Ball will be teed up middle of the field at the 40-yard line. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so there's a lot of pink going on in the stands. All the players got a pink towels or pink socks. And here comes the kickoff right to left. And he punches it down, and it's going to bounce into the end zone. So Beeville will come out with their first possession for the Trojans.
It'll be 1st and 10 on the 25.
You know, Ken, traditionally, man, Beeville's always been a tough game for Calhoun. We've always played each other well, whether it's here, whether it's in Beeville. It's been a tough game.
It's never been an easy game.
No, we beat them last year, but it wasn't an easy game last year. So these are 2 teams, Calhoun and Beeville, that know each other very well. Yeah. And
they do have a new coach this year.
Yeah, have a new coach, and, so we'll see what they're going to do. They're going to run two wideouts right, 1 left. Shotgun, going to have a back off his left hip and then 1 up towards the line on his left. Quarterback's looking to pass. He's going to get sacked right away. Coverage sack. Everybody was covered. Who was in on that? I can't see the numbers. Well, I think a lot of people were in on that. So
yeah, there was half the team was in on that.
Pick a number, Ken. You're probably going to get 50-50 chance of getting it right for Calhoun. But no, that was a good defensive, good penetration by the Sandcrabs. Loss of 2 yards. I thought they were being generous on that, but 2nd down and 12 for Beeville at their 23. Same formation at start. 2 right, 2 left. 2 right, 1 left. Man in motion, right to left. Quarterback's going to roll to his left. He's got pursuit. He hit a man and got him up to the 30. Let's see where they spot him out to the 30. That's going to make it 3rd down and 5. Quarterback.
He got rid of that ball just in time.
He did, yeah. He was being pursued hot and heavy.
Yeah.
He is a left-handed thrower, so that's That's going to be a little different for Calhoun. If you're used to that quarterback coming out and rolling right, he's coming left now. 3rd down and 5 at the 30. First possession of the ball game. They get the play called in. They'll bring single receivers, one right, one left. A tight end on the right line, two backs in the backfield. Delayed handoff, and that went. No, well, let me tell you where that went, Ken.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Went backwards.
That's a loss of about 2. And that's going to put them in a punting situation. Number 24, Colton Judd. Number 51, Bryce Nichols on the tackle there. Bryce from the defensive tackle position, and Colton coming up in the gap. All right, number 6, Isaiah Cabral is probably the fastest young man on our team. Is back at our 35. He has been very good on special teams this year. Has put Calhoun in good field position just about every time he touches the ball. Here comes the punt. Oh, he poots it off the back of his side of his foot, and the ball rolls out at, wow, the 44. That's a net of 4. That's a net of 14 yards. I don't know if I think he was trying to kick it away from Isaiah and just didn't get enough foot on it. Yeah.
Got on the side of his foot.
So Calhoun will take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line of Beeville. So a good 3 and out for the Calhoun defense. A little bit of luck, Ken, on that punt.
Yeah.
If you're a Trojan fan, you hope that's with just a shank by mistake, and that's not how well he punts, because that could be a long night if you're being put in punting position. All right, here comes Calhoun, 1st and 10 at the 44, left hash mark. Receiver out right, Parker under center, Frankie behind him. Motion left to right, pitch to Hadley. Oh, he kind of tripped over tripped in his own feet.
Oh, still up on his feet,
well,
still moving.
He was about to
get
turn
about a yard out of it.
They might want to check and make sure he put the right size shoe on there. He did everything but fall down, so I give him credit for still standing, but they gave him maybe a yard out of that.
I think that one piece of AstroTurf was a little bit taller than the rest of it.
Reached up. Yeah, I think they didn't mow that one section real good, Ken. 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, he was stumbling there a little bit.
He was.
Like he tripped over his own player.
Yeah, so early game jitters just got going a little too fast. 2nd down and 9 for the Sandcrabs.
Wide left receiver.
All right, hand off to Frankie up the middle. He'll get about to the 41. That'll put us in a 3rd down and 7. Yeah, if you only gain a yard on 1st down, that kind of puts you in a tough position.
Mm-hmm. Well, now you're looking at 3 and 7. 3 and yeah.
That's 10. 3 and 7 is 10. Yeah.
It's 3 down.
It's 3 down. Ball spotted at the 42. Have to get to the 34, so it's basically 8. They got it 7, but that's about 8 yards.
Yeah.
On the 3rd down.
Long 7.
Receivers right and left. We'll see where motion comes. Motion left to right. Come back misdirection. Parker keeps it up the middle. 1st down. By about 2 yards. They motioned left to right, and when Hadley got about even with the quarterback, he turned back around. What you're trying to do is get that linebacker to flow with you. Then you turn back quick, and you're trying to get him caught up in traffic. And I think when he did, lineman came up, sliced up through the middle, and blocked that linebacker coming back, and that allowed Parker to fill right in.
Yeah, he just opened up that little gap there for him.
8 minutes left in the first quarter. Calhoun's first possession. They have got it 1st and 10 at Beeville's 32.
Scoreless game.
Hadley in motion. Misdirection, handoff up the middle. And that was I believe that was number 9 or number 6. In this distance, 9 and 6 all look the same, Ken. That was number 7. It wasn't even 9 or 6, Ken. It was number 7. Yeah. That's Derek Salinas. We missed him the first 4 or 5 games of the season.
Oh, yeah.
Coming off an injury that just couldn't get it healed right, and it finally did, and he has been very explosive for the Sandcrabs. Pick up a 7 there, 2nd down and 3. 0-0, Calhoun and Beeville. Oh, straight handoff to Frankie. He's still moving 10. 7-yard line. What a run. No, that was number 24 or 34. That was 34. Yeah, Fisher Frank. I keep calling him Frankie. Why am I calling him Frankie? His name's Fisher Frank.
I don't know. I don't know. Frank. Yeah.
So it's going to be 1st down and goal. It's 7 for Calhoun. 7 minutes left here in the first quarter. 0-0. Calhoun's first possession. Beeville's first possession was 3 and out and a punt. And here we are with the Sandcrabs back up. Parker under center. Straight handoff to Frankie, gets down about the 2. They're going to feed the big fullback right here.
Mm-hmm.
Number 14 for Calhoun, that's Ashton Sternadel. Did I get that right, Sternadel?
Yeah, Sternadel. Yes, sir.
All right,
You're
look at
getting
that.
good now. You
Man.
remember these things now.
Yeah, I'll forget next week probably. Number 88 for Calhoun, that's Gavin Reyes. Brings the play in.
This is what you like to see, Calhoun there on about the 4-yard line, 3-yard line.
Yeah, second down and goal at the 3. They'll bring Reyes out wide right.
Run it right up the middle.
I think you're probably going to see that. No, Parker fakes it, just walks in off the right. Yeah, because the defense is thinking it's going to be Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why not? And then he just fakes it to him. He dives the whole left side of the defensive line, and linebackers crash in, and Parker just walks in.
Yeah.
I think me or you could have scored on that one, Ken. I mean, you know, and we're old. We could have scored on that, so that makes it 6-0 Calhoun.
I don't know. I may have had to call a timeout in the middle of that.
About
play.
halfway through time.
Halfway.
Yeah.
I get to
Okay.
the 1-yard line. Timeout.
Everybody freeze. And extra point is up and good. 7-0 Calhoun Sandcrabs.
So Calhoun gets up on the board
Yep.
first and
Oh.
quickly.
Yep, over the
Still
Beeville
got 6
Trojans.
minutes and 2 seconds left here. So it's 7-0. Calhoun Sandcrabs over the Beeville Trojans.
It's Bay Shrimp season in Texas and Miller Seafood at 1102 Broadway in Port Lavaca. It's a place to get all your shrimp fresh off their boats daily. Gulf shrimp and many other fresh and frozen seafood items are available, along with all the breading and Cajun spices you need to cook them just right. Come by or call 361-552-6423. That is Miller's Seafood. All right, Calhoun once again up on the board first, 7-0. That's what you like to see.
Yeah. And now this is what you want to see again. You want to see our defense go back out there,
Yeah.
and hold them back, stop
Yep.
them again,
Yep.
force a punt, and just like you said, we'll see if this punter can kick.
Can
or
kick
not.
it, yeah. See if he wants to
Yeah,
kick it to
yeah.
Cabrales.
Or
I
see if
wouldn't
he
want to
wants
kick it to Cabrales, but
Oh
you
no,
know.
I don't blame him either.
No, but he got to get a little more leg into that if he's going to try that again. This week is also Calhoun County Fair. We thought there'd be
Yeah.
a lot less fans, but they're starting to trickle in.
Yeah, they're coming in.
They have some fair. They had some fair activities going on tonight as well. So
There's one of our old football players, Jimmy Horta.
there you go.
That was way back in the day.
We won't have him tell us how far that was.
No, I don't even want to tell him how far that was.
All right, Solano is going to kick off right to left. Here comes the kick. He's going to try to get it in the end zone, but the young man's going to take it at the 3. Up to the 10, the 15, the 20. And it gets down about the 29 where they'll probably put him down at. So a good return by the young man for Beeville.
Yep.
I saw something,
Jimmy
Ken.
put 1995. That's
Okay,
how
there
long
you
ago that
go.
was.
There you go.
That was the good old days back in too.
That's before cell phones and all that, smartphones and all that kind of stuff, right?
Exactly.
First and 10 for Beeville. Coming left to right at their 29. Second possession of the game for them, 5:53 left. In the first quarter, Calhoun up 7-0. They'll motion deep, coming left to right. He'll come back around. Quarterback's going to come back around to his right, going to try to pitch it. Fake pitched it. And he gets about 5 yards out of that. Trying a little bit of that Calhoun mess there. A little fake pitch. He
Yeah.
kind of froze one of our backs.
Well, you know, when it's done properly and they really sell that fake,
Oh,
it,
yeah.
it works every time.
It works every time.
It works every time. You
All
get
right,
them
Beep.
people just freeze in their steps.
Beeville's no huddle. Handoff straight up the middle. Going to make about a 3rd down and 3. If I'm Calhoun, if they're running quick huddle like that, I'm going to expect that halfback handoff every time. We'll see. Now they'll come quick huddle too. It's 3rd down and 2. Ball to 37. Got to get to the 39. Can the defense for Calhoun? Now you got to be careful here. They got 2 receivers, but they may take a shot down the field with only 2 yards for a 1st down. Quarterback's going to roll to his left and get pursued by number 48 was the first one on him. Holston Deckard. Nice pursuit. He was.
Yeah.
A lot of times you'll make that roll like that and they'll purposely not block the opposite end because you want to get blockers out in front of him. But the only problem is if you don't block somebody, if he's quick enough, he's going to catch the quarterback.
He's gonna catch him anyway.
if you're going to do that, the quarterback's got to go and go fast. He can't wait. All right, so Calhoun's going to put Beeville in another punting situation. On a 4th and 2 with 4:26 left in the first quarter, and they're up 7-0.
It's going to be 4th and 6. So, yep, looks like they're going.
Yeah, Cabrales is standing back at the 35. This is basically about where they punted from last time. He gets his foot underneath this one. Cabrales will take it. He'll let it bounce at the 31. Doesn't bounce too far, so Calhoun, it'll get down at about the 23. I thought for a second there Cabrales was going to grab that thing, but Jacob Laughlin.
Yep.
Man.
Jacob's watching the game. Good to see y'all in here.
They're coming out of the woodwork tonight.
Yeah. Got to see how their boys are doing.
Yep. All right, Calhoun will take over 1st and 10. At their 23, coming right to left. All right, Parker, number 8, comes running out. Got the play, number 68, Jonathan Falcone, coming out with him as an offensive lineman.
Yeah, Jimmy, you're probably right.
Gavin McCall left. Gavin Reyes left. Gunnar McCall up top on the right. Motion. Straight hand on to Frankie 30. 35-40. Midfield 50. Cuts back. 45. 40. Yes. What a run.
Way to go.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was a good run right there. He just kept changing his direction a little bit, throwing them off.
That was a 37-yard run by Frankie. Frank, I keep calling him Frankie. I'm going to call him Frankie. He's been playing so well. I'm just going to stick with it. No, that was Frank.
A good nickname for him.
Yeah, Frankie. All right, first down for Calhoun at Beeville's 41. So early on, Ken, first couple of possessions, our offensive line has really done a good job of blocking and getting room for these runners to do something with the ball. 1st and 10 to 41. Motion right to left. Hand off to Frank again. They're just going to keep giving it to him. He dives for about 4 yards.
Yep. Fisher Frank.
Never knew a fullback could fly. He hit the line of scrimmage and somebody was in front of him. He just jumped over him for about 3 more yards. So number 14 for Sternadal.
Now you messed it up that time.
Did I mess it up?
Ronaldo.
Ashton. I can get Ashton. Number 14, Ashton. That works for me. I don't know. Number 14's in the game. 2nd down and 6. Motion left to right. Misdirection up the middle, 30. That's Cabrales. Gets down to the 27. Good hard inside run.
I tell you, Calhoun's line here, their offensive line, they've been able to handle that defense pretty well.
Yeah, they're doing a real good job.
They're making their blocks and opening up those lanes for them.
Other than when Hadley stumbled over his own feet, they have not made any penetration in the backfield, have not been able to stop Calhoun in the backfield. 1st down and 10 at the 28, 2:20 left in the first quarter. Calhoun up 7-0 on Beeville. Parker, everybody's coming. Straight hand off to Frank, and he'll take it down to the 24. Pick up a 4 on 1st down.
Well, they're content with giving it to Fisher.
Yeah, he's doing well. Number 7.
Yeah, he's getting up there and getting 2, 3, 4 yards every time. As long as he's getting the 3 yards every time.
3 or 4 yards, we're good to go. Number 7, Derek Salinas came out. Number 26, Ethan Ramirez. You'll have Hadley, Parker, Cabrales, Frank. Hadley in motion. Quick pitch, number 11 coming around. Cuts up inside. 20. Oh, nice open field tackle. You don't get that on on Hadley very often where you can bring him down open field. He's usually a tough tackle. He made a nice cut, but when he did, that linebacker was right there, and that linebacker played it well. Number 14, Ashton, coming into the game. I'm going to stay away from that last name. 3rd down and 3, definitely, I think, 2-down territory for Calhoun here. But if you have to kick a field goal, we got a field goal kicker we're confident can accomplish the task. So a 3rd down and 3 for the Sandcrabs. Parker keeps it, turns up inside. He's going to be maybe a half a yard shy. We'll see where they spot it. Yeah, about right at a yard. Now we'll go for it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just give it to Fisher, let him just run it right up.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking, and that's probably what we said that earlier. And then, so
they're probably going to think the same thing again, and then
it's
swing it to the outside.
It's the chess game, so now they think we'll run it outside, and now let's run it up the middle. Yeah, so you kind of go back and forth. They're calling it 4th down and 1 with 15 seconds. Should be the last play here of the first quarter. Calhoun up 7-0. Everybody in tight. Motion. Parker follows it up. First down. Yeah, he got a first down +2. That's going to spot it at about the 17. So that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. It's 7-0. Calhoun over Beeville. Live at Calhoun Stadium. Carries. Tire and Automotive can keep your vehicle on the road with regular maintenance on gas and diesel engines. Schedule your appointment today. Call 361-552-4499. That is Carries Tire and Automotive.
Yep.
All right, so at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, we're going to swap ends of the field here now. It's end of the first quarter. Calhoun 7, the Beeville Trojans 0. And Calhoun's offense has been able to do real good. Haven't seen really any mistakes yet.
No mistakes, really.
No fumbles or mishandling of the ball. They've been doing real good with that. So.
Like I said, we mentioned earlier, that offensive line, no one's been in the backfield for the defense, and they've been plowing the road. So,
and that's one of the things that I talked to one of the coaches earlier, that they said they've been working on with the quarterback and them to hang on to that ball and control that ball. And it looks like it's worked so far.
Yep. So far, looking good. So once again, they'll switch ends of the field. Calhoun up 7-0. Miller's Seafood in Port Lavaca is proud to sponsor another exciting season of Sandcrab football for over 50 years. Miller's Seafood is providing only the freshest quality seafood, fresh daily from our own boats to you.
Yep.
Miller's Seafood, 1102 Broadway in Port Lavaca, 361-552-6423. Stop by today and smell the difference, because remember, Ken,
fresh seafood doesn't stink.
That's what I'm talking about. You get a piece of fresh fish and somebody says, this doesn't smell like a fish, and you go, that's because it's fresh. If it smells like a fish, it ain't fresh. All right, here comes Calhoun. 1st and 10 at their 16 of Beeville. We've switched into the fields. We're coming left to right. Calhoun up 7-0. Hand off to Frank, up again, and he takes it down, still moving. Down to the 10, pickup of 6.
He's got such good lower body strength in his legs. He can keep them legs moving. He'll still keep moving on you.
Yeah, even if you hit him standing straight up, he'll keep moving. All right, 2nd down and 4. At the 10, got to get to the 6 for a first down. Have a linebacker lined up, number 14 on the left side. Tight formation. Gunnar McCall will be lined up tight on the right. Everybody in close. Straight handoff to Frank again, and he's gonna push, touchdown. Oh man, I thought he got pushed in, but they may stop him about the 1 yard line.
Yeah, I think they're gonna stop him a little short of it.
It looked like he got in from here, but the ref was standing, 2 feet from him, so I'm going to give him that. But at the 1 yard line, 1st and goal at the 1. Gavin Reyes brings the play in. I'm thinking your first down here, you just give it to Frank, or you just tap the center and the quarterback goes. Everybody's tight. It'll be one of the two. And Parker just pushed touchdown, Calhoun. Yeah, that was just a straight follow your center.
Well, Calhoun scores another touchdown again.
2 possessions, two scores. That's what you like to see.
Yeah. So now we're going to go to point after attempt.
Or the PAT, as we call it in the business, Ken.
PAT. The PAT.
The PAT. Here we go for the point after attempt. And kick is up and kick is good.
Great job by Calhoun's offense there.
Yeah, I don't know why they called it a PAT, because technically PAT stands for point after try. But you've already tried and made, so it shouldn't be a PAM, point after made. These are things we need to talk about, Ken. I mean, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I lay awake at night thinking about this kind of stuff. No, I don't. No, I don't.
You probably wonder how they nailed Jell-O to a wall. Or
very
how
carefully.
do they get Teflon to stick to the pan when nothing sticks to Teflon?
Yeah, exactly. Go figure that one out. I don't know.
I've laid way.
There's a lot of industrial glue involved. Apparently, 14-0 Calhoun over Beeville.
Yes, sir, Mr. Randy Boyd. Yep, we got another one. 14-0 now. Calhoun over the Beeville Trojans.
Calhoun was spotted at the 40, kicking off left to right.
Ethan Garcia, he played not too long ago, just beat a couple years ago.
Yep.
Calhoun's getting ready to kick off again.
First kickoff of the game.
Our defense is going to get tired. Of course, they haven't been staying out there too long. They've been out there a lot, but they've been out in short spurts, I guess.
Solano opening kickoff went to the end zone. Second kickoff, young man picked it up to the 3, took it to the 29. So we'll see what Solano does here. He'll kick it straight up. Young man's going to take it at the went out of bounds at the. I thought he was going to pick it up about the 7, but he wisely let it roll out.
Yeah,
you get positive yardage out of that. All right, so Beeville will come out for their third possession of the game, 4 and out. I mean, their second possession. Nope, I'll get it right here in a minute. Third possession of the game. Both of them were punts. Ended up punts. Calhoun's defense did real well. Got a couple of good sacks on the quarterback, tackles for loss. Beeville's only thrown it once so far. So we will see what Beeville's got. 1st and 10 at their 30. Ball was kicked out of bounds on the kickoff, so you get it at the 30. Receiver 1 right, 2 left. Now the back in the backfield is going to come off the left hip of the quarterback in shotgun. Motion receiver right to left. Quarterback's going to roll to his left. And going to hit a young man at the 34. I take in, they are just not blocking any of the Calhoun defensive players on the backside.
Yeah,
every one of them is coming free, and at some point, because we've had a couple of tackles for loss, we've had a couple real close. At some point, if you're the offensive coordinator, you got to get somebody to block that backside linebacker because he's just coming in unopposed. 2nd down and 6. Quarterback drops back, looks to his left, looks to his right, and he's going to get the sack. Number 48, Holston Deckard.
Yep, that's what 2 of them for him today. Isn't
Yep, 2 sacks for him already. Yeah, our defensive line is doing a very good job getting penetration.
So yeah, it's going to be 3rd down and 14 for Beeville. They've been getting into these long yardage situations here.
Quarterback is moving the receiver off the line and hands it off to the back. He squirts up through, but he gets tackled quickly by 86, 24, 9, 76, 32. Everybody got in on that one, Ken.
Yep.
That'll make it 4th and 8 and put Beeville in a punting situation. We talked about it before the game. Some of the players last week that had a good game. Bryce Nichols, number 51, who normally plays right tackle, but they moved him to left tackle because the quarterback is a left-handed quarterback. So that tells you they want Bryce Nichols to pursue from the line of scrimmage, and so they moved him over to the left. Here comes the punt attempt. He gets it up in the air, and Cabrales will take it at the 35. Makes one move, 40. Comes toward the sideline, cuts back to midfield, 45, 50. Cuts back, 45, and still stays in bounds, 45. 41, and we're going to have a flag. I think eventually I think we're going to get called for holding or something.
Well, that's the only problem when the plays get drawn out and drug out so long. They finally someone is going to get called for it.
Yep. But he was doing everything he could. He got close to sidelines, cut back inside. We'll see what the penalty is. It's against Calhoun. That looked like a personal foul call. I didn't see it. I'm watching the runner.
on Calhoun.
That was a personal foul, yeah.
Yeah, that's 15 yards.
Yeah,
And
big.
you hate to see that because you got such a good play and so many yards, and then they drop back 15 more yards on you. But still got 1st and 10.
Yeah, 1st and 10 from the 44 with 8:27 left in the first half. Calhoun up 14-0. Well, just give the ball to Cabrales right now and let him make up for that 15-yard penalty. That's what I'd do. He comes in motion. No, that's Salinas. Oh, that was a busted play. Yeah, he was expecting somebody there to hand it off to, and they weren't there, and Hadley kind of gives him the hands up, and so I think it was a miscommunication between Hadley and Parker. Parker turned around, and he did a good job of just getting it back to the line of scrimmage. All right, number 26 for Calhoun comes in. That's Ethan Ramirez once again. He'll be one of the wide receivers. He'll go out left. Gunnar McCall coming to the right. Parker under center, 2nd down and 10. Straight handoff to Frank, 50, 45, 43, 42. When all else fails, quit worrying about pitching the ball and moving it. Just hand it to the fullback. That is working so far for him tonight. He is piling up yardage here in the first half. 7:42 left in the first half. Ball will be at Beeville's 42. I tell you, Beeville's defensive line can't get a handle on this offensive line. Come about the beginning of the 4th quarter, these young men are going to be tired.
Yeah.
Because we're going to wear you down. 1st and 10 for Calhoun. And we got a flag. Somebody for Calhoun.
Yeah, a little antsy.
Yeah. He wanted to get to the end zone before everybody else did. One of the offensive linemen just took a jump.
So make it, 1st and 15 now?
I always wonder why they call it a false start. You meant to do it. Early start, maybe. Incorrect start, but false. I mean, I meant to do it, Coach. I mean, nobody made me. All right, 1st and 15, ball at the 47. They got to get to the 32 of Beeville, up 14-0. Are the Sandcrabs. Everybody in tight, no receivers out. Motion, Salinas, misdirection. Back up to the 40. He'll get the penalty yardage +2. That was number 11, Hadley. That'll get us in a 2nd down and 8.
Open Hadley on the carry for the Sandcrabs.
So it'll be 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 40-yard line.
2nd down and 8 from the 40 for the Sandcrabs.
Ramirez swings out wide left on the open side of the field. Calhoun on the right hash mark. Parker keeps it, cuts up 35, cuts back outside 30. Good block by the receiver. I tell you, that defender, he got blocked really well, but he just stayed with our receiver and reached over behind his back and grabbed the quarterback and said, I'm hanging on till somebody gets here to help me out. So that was, young man for Beeville was not going to let that quarterback get the corner. But he picked up good yardage, got down to the 29 on a 2nd and 8. And he picked up 13.
Yeah. So it's 1st and 10 now from the 29-yard line of Beeville.
5:59 left in the first half. Calhoun looking to go up 21-0. All right, here comes motion. Parker keeps it, 25. Oh, good open field tackle by the linebacker coming up. Parker was about to turn the corner, and number 6 said, nope, not on this down. Carries Tire and Automotive, sells great tire brands, including B.F. Goodrich, Continental Cooper, Michelin, and Toyo. Get your next tires at 918 Broadway Street. Carries Tire and Automotive. This makes it 2nd down and 7. A pickup of 3. If that young man for Beeville had not hit Parker right there, I think Parker was going to score on that. He did a good job of coming up and filling that open space. All right, on 2nd down and 7, Calhoun at the 26 of Beeville. Frank behind Parker. Parker follows Frank through, squirts through 20. Going to be about maybe 2 yards shy of a 1st down. Got down to the 21. Ball spot at the 21, 3rd down and 2. Number 14 brings the play in. Left hash mark. Number 14 comes out wide right on a 3rd and 2. Hands off to Frank, and he should, if he doesn't get the first down, he's going to be real close. Oh, nope, he's short by a yard. Ball spotted right at the 20, got to get just outside the 19. Yeah. So they're going to call it 4th and 1. Calhoun's offense will stay on the field. Big defensive stand for Beeville. If they can stop Calhoun and get the ball back, they've got 4 minutes left. You think, hey, let's get the ball, let's score, let's make it 14-7. On a 4th and 1, Parker under center. Motion, handoff. Frank goes straight up the middle, and he'll get the first down. Yeah, it looks like about 3 yards he picked up. Got it down to the 17. Fresh set of downs for the Sandcrabs.
Yep. Casey Hoffman, good to see you, bud.
3:30 left here in the first half. Calhoun wants to go up 21-0, stop them. Maybe come out in the second half, go up 28-0. That's kind of where you want to be, if at all possible. All right, 1st and 10 for Calhoun at the 17. Frank again right up the middle, 10 down to the 7, pickup of 10 yards. They have no answer for Frank.
No.
None at all. So if you don't have an answer in Whitaker's offense, if you don't have an answer for the fullback, you're going to get fed the fullback all day long.
Yep, they're going to feed that ball to him because he's hungry.
Ball spotted at the 7. Going to be 2nd down and 1. Ball spotted at the 8. I'm sorry, got to get to the 7. 2nd down and 1 for Calhoun. Motion right to left. Parker follows Frank through, cuts up through the middle, and ball's on the ground. And Beeville picked it up in the end zone. He trying to take it out. He should have stayed in the end zone, but he got out to the 11. Parker was making a move and trying to go around the corner and cut back inside, and just somebody for Beeville punched it out. So Beeville caught a break there.
Yeah, that was a big break for
Beeville. Or created their own break. But Beeville's got the ball with 2:20. Calhoun's defense had pretty much shut them down. So if you can shut them down, you will get the ball back.
Yeah.
Now, if you're Calhoun's defense, you want to return the favor, get a turnover here, give your offense a chance to get back on the field. I think that was just one of those hustle plays by Parker trying to cut back inside and get the score and just got hit. That happens. All right, 2:19 left in the first half. Calhoun up 14-0. Beeville's got their own turnover. 1st and 10 at their 9. Handoff up the middle, and he's going to get to about the 15. Pickup of 6.
Well, you have to give it to Parker because Parker is not like Tyler McAfee or like some of our Hunter Bourne. He's not a big guy.
Ball's on the ground. Calhoun may have got it back. I think we did. So there you go. You create your own breaks sometime. Calhoun got it back.
So Calhoun may have another shot at this thing.
Then we'll get another shot at it. But.
We're going to try to make it 21-0. We're going to do our best anyway.
Once again, that interior, that Calhoun defensive line has just been stout tonight.
Yeah.
And they ran right into that, and that ball come popping out.
Yeah, 1:56 left in this first half of football. 14-0. 14-0. Yeah. Calhoun over Beeville.
Yeah, Calhoun's got all 3 timeouts.
Yeah,
too, so
we got all 3 timeouts.
Plenty of time.
Both teams do.
Plenty of time to put the ball in the end zone. All right, we'll bring Reyes out wide right. Motion. Parker's going to follow through 10. Cuts back inside 5. Now they stand him up at the 6, drive him back, and they may stand him up at the 6 or 7.
Yeah, look like you're going to spot him about the 7. Looks like.
I think he was really trying to redeem himself and try to put the ball in the end zone himself.
They put it on the 6. So they gave him a good spot there. It'll be.
Yeah. Be second down and about 2.
Yeah. So they can still get a first down and not make it into the end zone yet.
Yep. And Beeville calls a timeout. Well, it's got to be disheartening for Beeville because Calhoun's driving on you, then you create a turnover, and you're like, all right, we got the ball back, and then the next play you put it on the ground. Yeah, you're like, oh man.
You know, those kind of things like that happen like that. Sometimes it can just take the wind out of your sails, but you just got to keep your chin up and keep playing.
All right, timeout called by Beeville. They're going to have it 2nd down and 2 at their 6 with 1:23 left in the first half, and they'll have 2 timeouts left after the one they just called, so they've got time if they work the clock properly. They're taking a long time. I think that ref's like, all right, guys, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, the referee went up to their huddle and said, blew the whistle and said, hey, look, guys, we got to go.
They called the play. They were ready, but then they had to discuss what they wanted on their Whataburger after the game. Do you want mustard? You want, man, we got to get this down, you know. So we can get that order called in. All right, 2nd down and 6. I'm sorry, 2nd down and 2.
Oh, that's what that trainer was doing with that little notepad out there.
There you go. Ball spotted at the 6. All right, here comes the play. Quarterback. Oh, man, we blew through the line right there.
Well, I thought they dropped the ball at first because it was like the center moved before the quarterback even did.
We were doing all sorts of things down there.
Yeah,
it all turned
weird.
It all turned out well, Ken. So.
Well, yeah, we got the first down, so that's the main thing.
If you say it turned out well, right? It turned out well.
So 1st and goal at the 2-yard line, or 1.5-yard line, looks like.
The 1st and goal for the Sandcrabs from the 1-yard line.
All right, so I think you're going to see Frank or just Parker come up right under center. Calhoun's taking their time, letting that play clock run down. Take as much time as you can off the clock. And Parker push touchdown, Calhoun. Parker just right up the middle. So that's the 2nd touchdown for Parker on that type of play, just right up the middle. I believe that's just, well, I think he's made all 3 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. So that'll get it 20-0 Calhoun over Beeville. Extra point attempt coming up. Here comes snap, low snap. He handles it, kicks up, kick is good. 21-0. I tell you, Cabrales did that last week, Ken, on that winning field goal. The ball was snapped kind of high, and he just reached up, grabbed it, and put it down, and got it down just in time. And that's the benefit of having someone that holds the ball. Usually it's a quarterback or a punter. They're usually taking that long snap. But you've got Cabrales, and he's used to grabbing kickoffs and punt returns and pitches on the option and passes. So him handling the football is an easy thing for him to do. So that was a benefit for Calhoun last week. Calhoun up 21-0 with 39 seconds left.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest job that he has. Holding the football.
Yeah, for him, like I can do this all day long. I'm sure he's been putting that in the special teams coach ear all season. Coach, let me run a fake extra point. Come on, let me do it.
Same thing, because he would want to run that thing in.
I can do it. He could probably do it.
Oh yeah.
Coach is like, no, unless it's a bad snap, then son, you can do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. So once again, Calhoun 21-0 over the Beeville Trojans. Is 39 seconds left in this first half of football, so we're getting ready to take our halftime break.
All right, Solano will get it teed up at the 40. They'll kick off left to right. And we just kind of roll it on the ground. Young man picks it up to 28-30. Gets tripped up, and down he goes at the 34. All right, so Beeville will take over at the 35-yard line with 35 seconds left. I think if you're Beeville, Nah, he might just take a knee. I wouldn't try anything, cause a turnover, but we'll see what Beeville may be trying to. Let's try something to try to get a big play if we can. 2 receivers right. They'll bring 2 out left, so they're going to try to spread Calhoun out. You'll give him anything you want underneath. Quarterback's looking right, looking to run, and he runs right into a defensive lineman for the Sandcrabs. So, yeah, he was looking downfield. Everybody was covered. He tried to slide up in the pocket. Good pocket movement he had. Go deep and then come up in the pocket. Slid to his left, but nobody was open. Then he just got swallowed up from behind. Yeah.
That play kind of developed a little bit weird there, but like I said, he didn't have nowhere to go with the ball. So.
Yep. And there's another timeout called
It's
by the Beeville. Yep, by Beeville. That'll make it 2nd down 11 at the 34 with 23 seconds left here in the first half. Once again, Calhoun up 21-0. They'll see what they got with this kind. They'll bring the same offensive set they had the previous down. 2 left, 2 right. 1 in the backfield, shotgun formation. Quarterback's going to look. Going to follow his tailback up, and he just gets swallowed. Yeah, he just got swallowed up as he was trying to come through the line.
Yeah. I don't think they're going. No, they're not going to use their last timeout. So.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. So that's the end of the first half. Score Calhoun 21 and the Beeville Trojans 0. So 21-0 Calhoun is over Beeville. And that's the end of our first half of football.
Here at Calhoun Stadium. Miller Seafood, owned and operated by a Sandcrab alumni, is your place for all your seafood needs. Shrimp, fish, oysters, many other items, too numerous to mention, along with knowledgeable service and great prices. Sandcrab football is spoken here. Come by 1102 Broadway in Port Lavaca or call 361-552-6423. So once again at halftime, 21-0, Calhoun over Beeville. Calhoun will get the second half kickoff. We'll take a radio break, and we'll get back into the halftime here, talk about the first half. You're listening to Calhoun Sandcrab football, 93.3 KNAL. Bryce Nichols hurt his left hand in that last play. I don't know if he can just shake it off, or don't know what it is. Don't need him hurt.
No. How come you laying your phone sideways?
Oh, I don't know.
I didn't know if there was a reason or what.
open, open space,
Yeah.
it's a bonus for you.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it easier on your football team if you don't have to put the ball out there. We'll see what if Calhoun. I would think they've got the opening kickoff here at the second half, Ken. I would think you're going to see the exact same offense until Beeville stops it.
Exactly.
I mean, it's the
we
game's.
you might see that happen. Beeville's going to have to make some changes if they're planning on getting on the scoreboard and making. They're going to have to make some changes and see if they can do something about getting penetration in there and getting that ball down the field.
And if they get penetration, then Calhoun will pick up on that. Then they'll start rolling out and pitching it out, and that'll spread it back out. So I think tonight's game you see a kind of the difference between the two. The offensive line is dominating, doing what they want. Bay City at halftime, Bay City 20, Lavernia 7, and El Campo up 42-0 late in the second quarter. Woo! El Campo is.
Wow.
El Campo's going to be tough but they played Beeville last week. They're playing Floresville, and probably if you look at the 5 teams and the 6 teams in the district, Beeville and Floresville will probably pick to be down at the bottom. So it's still 42 points in the first half is pretty good, but we'll see. We've got that juggernaut in El Campo and Calhoun are going to be coming to a head in about 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, and that's probably going to be.
It'll be in 2 weeks.
Be for the district championship.
2 weeks because we got Floresville next week, and then we come home and El Campo's here.
El Campo and then Bay City.
And Bay City's the end, so we're going to get El Campo in a couple of weeks. And that may be why Whitaker's playing everything on offense close to the vest, not showing El Campo anything, even though you can look at film, but not giving them anything new, and just we're going to come out, and if we get Floresville next week and their defense can't hold our offensive line, you're going to see Calhoun do the same thing, and then we hit El Campo, and I think it's going to open up our offense.
Yeah.
So once again at halftime, it's 21-0. Calhoun Sandcrabs over the Beeville Trojans. We will take another quick break, throw it back to the radio station, come back and get us ready for the second half. You're listening to Calhoun Sandcrab Football on 93.3 KNAL.
Take that man bubble shot.
Who's a what? Yeah. Just because you can, Jace, doesn't mean you should.
Micah.
Michael would say that. No. Your cousin Michael would say, just because you can means you should. Right?
Those of y'all that are watching on the live stream, that is the little Sandettes and the Sandettes up there playing. Hey, there's Diane Scott. Good to see you,
Oh, hey.
Diane.
Hey, Diane. We were just talking, Diane, about a halftime show your daughter did many years ago when your dad's dressed up in fatigues and did the routine for him. I still remember that. I think Kristen was in there, and my daughter-in-law Ashley, and
You want to say something? Oh.
you have it on mute.
What the heck are they doing?
Go.
And welcome back to Calhoun Sandcrab football on 93.3 KNAL. We're at halftime. Here's the Calhoun Sandcrabs 21. And here come the Sandcrabs out of the tunnel. Ready for the second half. And Beeville the same on the opposite side. All right, Miller Seafood is proud to sponsor Sandcrab football again this year for great football. It's the Calhoun Sandcrabs for great fresh seafood. It's Miller Seafood. 1102 Broadway, Port Lavaca, 361-552-6423. Miller Seafood.
How many years have they been a sponsor?
Oh gosh, they've
I
been.
can't remember when they started. It's been so long ago. But between them
And Carrie's,
Wilkie,
Wilkie Tire. I know Miller Seafood was sponsoring when we still had the old press box.
Yeah.
I know that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they've been a long time. Them and Wilkie Tire, long time sponsors. Well appreciated,
very
sponsors for us. So.
All right.
Beeville's got the ball, though, have it teed up at the 40. They're going to kick off left to right. Cabrales is back at the 30. Salinas is back at the 25 right now. We'll see if they reposition themselves. And we'll see if Calhoun, like we said, I expect Calhoun to come out in that same base offense they ran in the first half and not veer off of it, Ken, unless Beeville stops it.
Yeah.
They're going to stay with that same, just come straight downhill at you. Until you prove you can stop it, they will not change it. All right, here comes Beeville. They break their little huddle, and they're going to come out kicking left to right. Now, if you're Calhoun, you better be ready because Beeville may try to do something here on this opening kickoff of the second half.
Yeah.
See if they can catch Calhoun maybe in an onside kick. And they don't. They kick it out, and young man takes it at the 22. Salinas at the 30. Straight up 35, still pushing. And they got him at the 30, looks like 37 maybe. So Calhoun will start first and 10 at their 37-yard line, opening kickoff of the second half, up 21-0 over the Beeville Trojans.
Calhoun coming up with their first play of the offense here. Hello, Ryan.
All right, ball will be spotted at the 37. Here breaks the huddle. A call comes out high, wide right.
One wide right,
Reyes.
one wide left.
Wide left.
Who's at the back, Frank?
Yep. And here comes the snap. Parker's going to pitch it to number 740. Cuts back inside, gets down to the 42, pickup of about 5. So that was Derek Salinas, number 7. That was the first true pitch play we've had all game, Ken.
Yeah.
We finally ran a pitch play and picked up 5 yards. I'll take that every single down. Number 14 brings the play in. Ball left hash mark, 42-yard line. Receivers right and left. Parker keeps it, pitches it over to Cabrales, crosses the 40, 45, 50. Run out at the 47. He's still on his feet. No, we got a flag right at the 47. That's probably coming back. Looks like we're probably going to have a holding on Calhoun on the outside.
Yeah, the flag is over on the other side of the field there. You can barely see it.
And that's a holding against Calhoun. That's probably the outside receiver trying to get that block on the outside to spring that back coming around, and that's his job to do. But at the same time, sometimes you hold on a little too long.
Yep, so 15-yard penalty.
That's right, it's a spot foul. The ball will be moved back to the 37, where it was originally. I'm going to put it in the second down and 10.
And they got a coach has called him over to the sidelines over there.
I think they're trying to determine, did he spot the ball right? Well, it was about a 5-yard gain. on the run. But they're going to back it up 10 yards. Well, Coach Whitaker had a question for the ref, and I don't think he liked the answer. I don't know what the question was, but I know he didn't like the answer.
I couldn't tell what he said just then. What signal he... Oh, unsportsmanlike conduct. Now, was that on the player or on the coach?
I didn't see it, but I'm going to venture to say that may have been on the sideline. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
All right, the ball moves back to the 22. So now you've got 2nd and 25. So, yeah, whoever did the unsportsmanlike was not a wise call.
Yeah, that is.
Because you backed up your team another 15 yards.
That's a long ways to go.
All right, Salinas motion. Parker was looking to throw it. Had Hadley out on the right. Good. No, Hadley missed the block. He couldn't get to. Well, Hadley was waiting for the pass, and he'd run the perfect route. And Parker should have thrown it to him. But then all of a sudden, Parker started running. The defender was 4 or 5 yards off of Hadley. And when he turned around and tried to block the defender was at a full run. He was at a standstill. I don't blame Hadley for that at all.
But the thing is, he couldn't have thrown it because he was already past the line of scrimmage.
But
so
he
couldn't have thrown that ball.
But when he rolled left, Hadley was there. That ball should have come out. Yeah.
He was right there. You are correct.
All right, ball's going to be spotted 3rd down at 18, so a pickup of 7 on the 2nd and 25 puts us in a 3rd and 18. Misdirection, come back to the left. Got 2 lead blockers out. Cuts up 40. We got a flag. Going to have a penalty on Calhoun. Looks like that's going to be coming back. Well, it's kind of like whatever the talk was at halftime didn't work, Ken.
No.
Because they've come out this first possession and had holdings,
penalties after penalties.
unsportsmanlikes, all sorts of stuff.
And really, there's no need in that. You're up 21
No,
to
you're up
nothing.
21. It's not.
It's not like you're desperate or anything like that.
You know, we talked about we talked about a lack of focus going into a game against El Campo. They seem to have lacked the focus coming out of halftime here.
Yeah.
You know.
He marked 10 yards.
Yeah, back. I think it was a holding penalty.
So that's going to be 1st and
Ball is the 25. You got to get to the 47. So you got 22 yards.
Yeah, 22
on the
yards.
3rd yard line.
3rd and 22. Wow. Let's go back in the playbook and find one.
Well,
for
it
that.
was 2nd and 25. Now it's 3rd and 22. we're all over the map here. Hadley in motion. Fake pitch to him. Rolling. Come back pass number 7 to the 30.
There you go.
40. Down the sideline 50. 40. 30. Running out of bounds at the 25.
Great
And
play.
yeah, that was a late hit out of bounds. They should have thrown the flag.
Well, you hope that's the call.
It should be because he threw it late. It should have been because he come down the sideline and Salinas stepped out of bounds at the 25 and the young man hit him out of bounds. We'll see. That's kind of one of those things you run all that way, you're going to hit somebody, Ken. Personal foul against Beeville. Yeah, late hit.
So late hit on Beeville Trojans.
So, Ken, on a 3rd and 22, that's the play you run. Whatever that play was called, run that one again. Yeah.
You better mark that one for that.
Yeah, that was a little misdirection. And Salinas come around the end, and he was flying down the field. He does so well running down the sideline.
Yes, he does.
He can tiptoe down the sideline, and you think he's going to be out of bounds, and he's not. 1st and 10.
And he's got that breakaway speed.
Yeah. 1st and 10 at the 13. Parker follows Frank through, makes a step, touchdown Calhoun.
Yep.
So, Ken, basically after just playing terrible for 3 or 4 downs down here, I mean, just penalty after penalty.
3rd and 22.
22, we turned it into a 75. In 2 plays, we go 75 yards. Yeah.
75 yard, made a touchdown.
Yeah, he goes 62 yards on a run. The quarterback takes it 13 and finishes it off. It's one of those things, Ken, you kind of know it's your night when you can do that kind of thing like that in one big run. puts you back in the game. Extra point attempt coming up for Solano. Snap, hold, kick, good. 28-0 with 9:26 left in the third quarter. So it does not take much, Ken, to go from, boy, that was a terrible set of downs, to that was a nice two plays there.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. It was 2 plays getting in there.
So at not at halftime.
Or
9:26, yeah, left in the third quarter. Calhoun up 28-0 against the Beeville Trojans.
You know, all that playing didn't run much time off the clock. Really.
No.
But they did get out of bounds. We had a lot of penalties. So that's
Well, every
why-
time you call a penalty, it stops the play. It stops the
clock.
clock. So
So they didn't use much time left, time up on the clock. So 9:26 left in the third quarter. Score 28-0. Calhoun over Beeville.
we'll give a big shout out to this big offensive line for Calhoun. It's really done a job tonight. Number 60, Gilbert Baldera. Number 56, Jake Jenkins. Number 70, Hayes Sullivan. Number 65, Ricky Martinez. And I'm missing one of the young men. I don't want to miss him. No, number 68. Where'd he go? Yes, Jonathan Falcone.
Yeah.
That 5 sitting down there on that bench. You know, it's funny, Ken. You watch the bench sometimes, and really, kickoff for Calhoun right to left. Young man takes it at the 5, up to the 10, 15, coming back to his left. Got to lead blockers 20, and run out of the 22. But you watch the players come off the bench, defense or offense, for the Sandcrabs, and it's like that bench over there is for the offensive linemen. Do not sit over there unless you belong there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's their spot, and nobody else messes with them. You know, they just go sit down, and everybody else has to stand on the sideline. That's
Yeah, Diane, I know that, but I didn't tell David while we was on the radio, though.
oh, they live in College Station.
They
That's
live in
right.
College Station now, yeah.
That's right. I'm sorry, Ray. You live in College Station. I'm not sorry that you live in College Station. Fine place to live. I'm just sorry I didn't remember you lived in College Station.
All right.
And we got whistles. Timeout, Calhoun. I think
something wasn't right there. They
Yeah.
didn't like something on there.
I think Ray and Diane couldn't get into the Holy Land, so they took the second best spot, Aggie Land. So, all right, it was a timeout called by Sandcrabs. Aggies have been playing good football since that opening goose egg they laid up against Notre Dame, which I don't know why they lost that game to Notre Dame, but they shouldn't have. But they've been playing good football ever since then, and so they're doing really well. We won't say anything about the day after Thanksgiving coming up, but we're just going to leave it alone, Ken. Just leave it alone, Ken. All right, now we're back in. Calhoun's got it set. Like you said, they had a defensive set they didn't like. 3 receivers left. Now we got a motion man left to right. Hand off to him on the inside, and we got great penetration. And we've got – it's a flag, and it's going to be a holding against and a fumble recovery. So we had a fumble recovery. Nope. We thought we had a fumble recovery. Coach wanted a fumble recovery.
Yeah.
Nope, they gave it to us. Didn't they? Yep.
Yeah, they're
Yep.
trying to move the marker.
No, they gave it to us. I thought it was at first, but then the coach was kind of showing the ref that he thought it was a fumble recovery, and maybe they didn't call it, but if not, he needs to be like a lawyer, because he'd get a good job of convincing that ref that it was a fumble. Calhoun takes it over, 1st and 10. At Beeville's 22, up 28-0. Looking to really put this game out of reach. Gavin Reyes comes out wide right. Parker under center. And straight handoff up the middle. But Fisher, who's been doing the bulk of the work tonight, takes it straight up the middle. That's going to make it 2nd down and first down and 10.
1st and 10 from Calhoun.
All right, so Calhoun's got it first and 10 at the 12. They picked up maybe 2 inches. Parker's going to take it back around the left. Good penetration by the young man for Beeville. He finally figured that play out, Ken.
Yeah.
He shot through the gap there and grabbed Parker around the ankles. They gave him maybe a yard. Going to make it 2nd down and 9 at the 11. We can get a first down at the 2-yard line without getting into the end zone, so that gives you a little bit of a cushion if it's needed.
I don't think they're going to need it.
No, I don't think they're going to need it either, but that does give you a little bit. If you get in that 4th down, you only have to go a yard, don't have to score. Reyes out to the left. Parker keeps it, comes up 10, 5, cuts up inside, touchdown, Calhoun. That was just as drawn up, Ken.
Yep.
That type of play worked just like you draw it on the board. Come back around that end, you get good seal blocks on the left-hand side, you get a receiver to kick a defender in, and you just come back around.
Yeah.
If he kicks the defender out, you cut back up inside. So, well executed by the Sandcrabs, looking to go up 35-0 over Beeville. Here comes the kick, and it is good. So with 7:35 left here in the 3rd quarter, it is Calhoun 35, Beeville 0. So really just this game tonight, Ken, I think Calhoun's just about done what they want, when they want, so far.
Yeah, they've shown they can handle the offense and the defense both here at Beeville.
So they will kick it off to Beeville. Beeville's got to be thinking, what can we do to get any sort of momentum on offense especially? They have just not been able to move the ball at all on Calhoun. And that's got to be frustrating when you're doing everything you can and the ball is just going nowhere on you. And Calhoun's defense, once again, has just really done a great job. All right, once again, 35-0, Calhoun over Beeville. 2nd game of district play for the Sandcrabs. They look like they'll come out of here 2-0, which will keep us in 1st place. We were 1st place last week. It was opening game of the district. Kickoff coming right to left. Young man takes it at the 18. He's got 3 blockers in front of him. He gets it up to the 30. Nice return by the young man for Beeville. Got up to 35. Had a wall of blockers in front of him. And used that to that advantage. So if this keeps going as we hope it will, Calhoun will come out, like we said, 2-0, which will give us not sole possession of 1st place, but it'll keep us in line with Bay. Looks like Bay City and El Campo are going to win tonight like they did last week. So it looks like it's turning into a 3-horse race here, us, Bay City and El Campo. If things shake out, El Campo will be playing Bay City next week because we get El Campo the week after that, then we get Bay City. So El Campo's going to play Bay City next week. That's going to be an interesting game to see how that shakes out. A little pass out to the right, and your receiver drops it. Ideally, if you're Calhoun, you want to play Floresville and beat them. You want Bay City to beat El Campo. And then that brings you in with a game ahead of El Campo. So if you lose that game and you beat Bay City, you can get, but you. Of course, the easiest thing to do, Ken, we all know that. The easiest thing to do is just go undefeated in district like we did last year. You ain't got to worry about none of this stuff. Yeah. Once again, 35-0, Calhoun over Beeville.
If someone was here, they would know the score. Yep, 35-0 right now. Sandcrabs over the Trojans.
3rd down and 5. Some confusion on Beeville's end. Big 3rd down and 5. They'll be coming left to right. Inside handoff, and he just runs into his own player, and then he ran into a bunch of Calhoun players, so that didn't work. That put's going to make it 4th and 5.
Yeah, going to put them in a punting situation again, I think. They might try to go for it, but
I'm looking out at the defense, Ken. We got pretty much a second string defense except for Salinas, number 7, and Hadley, number 11.
Yeah.
And Cesar Aguirre, number 9. That linebacker, mainly that front defensive line, is all new for Calhoun. And one of them just jumped off sides, and that's not going to sit well with the coach.
Nope. So that's going to make it 4th and 12.
No, they call false start against the Trojans. I apologize to that young defensive lineman.
Yeah, he was drawn offside.
And so that's going to put, with that false start, that's going to put Beeville in a punting situation.
Yep. 4th and 12 for Beeville. They're
Calhoun?
back in the back to punt.
Calhoun has nobody back. Nobody's back. They're just going to be content to let it hit and roll. That's unusual. It's going to take a divot on him. Get out of the way. He got out of the way. Yeah. He kills it at about the 45. So the strategy worked, Ken.
Yeah.
Whatever that strategy was. Calhoun will take over 1st and 10 at their 45-yard line. And we will have a new starting quarterback for the Sandcrabs. Number 14 will come out as the starting quarterback. I'm going to let you take that one, Ken. Number 14 for Calhoun.
That is Ashton Stornado.
Yeah, there you go. I wasn't going to mess his name up again. All right, he'll come out as the starting quarterback. He is a second string backup quarterback. All right, here comes Calhoun, 1st and 10 at their 45, up 35-0. New backfield for the Sandcrabs. And handoff to the fullback, and he'll get 10 yards. That'll be is that number 20? Let me get up. Yes. That is number 20 for the Calhoun Sandcrabs. That is Gunnar Martinez. I knew his last name was Martinez, could not remember his first name. And he picks up 10 yards exactly and gets the first down. So with the backup offense in, we pick up 10 yards immediately. Offensive line will pretty much stay the same. They haven't moved in the offensive lineman. They've been playing so well tonight.
Well, this is a good thing for Calhoun. They're able to get their second string
Yes,
and their
yes.
underclassmen in playing.
Yep.
And get them some playing time before it gets deep into the district or into the playoffs.
Now Hadley's still in there, and Salinas. Stornado takes the ball, hits a 30, 25, 20, 10, touchdown. Got it. Nice.
Yep.
Nice by the backup quarterback. That was 45 yards right off tackle, and off he went.
Great job by Ashton there.
You were saying he'd get some playing time. Well, now he's got to come back to the sideline again. It's over. No,
He's
nice.
like, okay, I'm tired. Let me get off the field.
Nice run by Ashton Stornado.
That was a great job by the quarterback there. He had that play read, and he saw it. He saw that opportunity, so he just said, okay, I'll take it myself.
Extra point attempt coming up for the Sandcrabs. Little high snap, handles it, 42-0. Yeah, that's for Beeville. That's got to be disheartening. They've had 84 points hung on them in 2 weeks, and that's tough.
Yeah. That becomes that's hard on the team when you like it. I mean, I remember our days. When
we've been there.
You know.
No, we've been there. It's tough, and it's not because they're not playing hard. They're just getting outplayed tonight. It's just not their night. Carries Tire and Automotive can keep your vehicle on the road with regular maintenance on gas and diesel engines. Schedule your appointment today. Call 361-552-4499. You know, you mentioned Ray Scott and Diane now living in College Station. I think Ray kind of needs to see if he can get us some tickets to that Longhorn game day after Thanksgiving. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, old buddy, old pal, old friend of mine.
Yeah, I think Ray Scott's like, you pay for your own ticket to that one because that is going to be an expensive one.
Yes, it will be. So Calhoun's getting ready to kick it off once again. The offense on this third quarter has just been, pretty much the whole game has been unstoppable.
Yeah.
And And now we got the second string in there.
Well, we kind of pooch
Give
kick
them
it
some
up.
playing time.
Young man makes a fair catch at the 28. All right, so here comes the Calhoun defense. Mainly consisting of your backup players. I do see Salinas in there, and then there's a flag. No, there's not. He had it at the 28. So they will take it at the 27. Coming left to right with 5:03 left. Here in the third quarter, and Calhoun up 42-0. Shotgun formation. Straight handoff up the middle. He picks up about 5. Running right at the interior of that defensive line. Backup players, they thought maybe let's see if we can test that middle.
Yep.
And they're going up on a hurry-up offense. Keep Calhoun from subbing. Another run right up the middle, and he ran right into a defensive player, so that maybe got him a yard, put him down at about a 3rd and 3.
4:30 and counting in this third quarter. Steve Johnson is watching right now. Good to see you, bud. Calhoun is doing good. 42-0 right now. Calhoun over Beeville.
Straight handoff and a first down, plus more.
Oh,
And
good
you
run
get him
there
out to
by
midfield,
Beeville.
yeah. Now, we talked a little earlier, Ken, about one of the players that was watching earlier. Can't even remember. I'm sorry, name just escaped me. But how good he was. Oh no, you were talking about Esteban.
Yeah.
Martinez is a 4-year starter at middle linebacker for the Sandcrabs. Pitch out to the left for Beeville, and he just gets wrapped up. Calhoun saw that coming. And we talked about, and they're still pushing. Young man is not giving up. I gave him A for effort.
Yeah.
Man, all right.
Man, he was pushing a whole bunch of black uniforms
He
out
picked
there.
up four extra yards. We talked about Esteban being a 4-year starter for the Sandcrabs at middle linebacker, and I said, easily top 10 Sandcrab I've ever seen play the game without question. But Steve Johnson, you're going to have to convince me real hard to move him off the number 1 spot that we've ever seen. And there have been a lot of good players. So that young man could play high snap, handoff up the middle, pushing for the first down, and he gets about a yard or 2 shy. No,
What do you think back in the old days, you had Jimmy Collins.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Collins oh yes, no Boyd.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
And,
yes. I mean, like
Jeremy
I said,
Boyd.
Yeah, Jeremy Boyd. I don't want to slight anybody that's
Oh no,
good
we're
players.
going to miss some names, and
But
we
yeah,
apologize
yeah,
if
but-
we do. But man, there's just so many great players
Yeah.
in the history of Calhoun.
All right, handoff straight up the
Snap.
middle again, and up the middle he gets free,
Wow.
and he's still running 25. Coach is about to put the starting defense back in if they can't tighten that up.
That's a scrappy little dude right
Yep.
there, man. He's running
Yep.
that ball. Mr. Espinosa with Beeville, and they're going into fast offense again. No huddle.
I think they're going to be
And shotgun now.
Now they're going to drop back, looking to pass. No, delayed quarterback draw. And he bounces around, gets to the 15, 13. Whitaker, if they score on his second string defense, he's not opposed to putting the first stringers back out there.
Oh no, he is definitely.
He puts you in there for a reason. All right, first down, and now we got a man motion left to right. Quarterback's going to roll to his right. Throws it high, a little over his head. We got a new starting quarterback for Beeville, number 6, Bo Austin. He had a receiver open on the right-hand side and just overthrew him. Second down and 10 for Beeville. Oh, penalty. I missed the flag, Ken. I'm sorry. It's a 5-yard penalty. Somebody jumped a little early.
sometimes that creates the yardage that you
Yeah.
get.
First and 10 at the 18. First and 15, I'm sorry, at the 18. Got to get to the 3. Quarterback drops back. He's looking left. Got all the time in the world. Good defensive play by Calhoun. He had all the time in the world.
Yeah.
And I think he pitched a 10. He built a fire and roasted marshmallows back there, Ken. He had a long time back there.
Well, the defense wasn't biting on it. They were staying
No.
back and keeping coverage.
All right, coming quick offense. 2:05 left here in the third quarter. Hand off to the back up the middle, and he maybe gets 2 yards, maybe 3. Carries Tire and Automotive. You can keep your vehicle on the road with regular maintenance on gas and diesel engines. Schedule your appointment today. Call 361-552-4499. Carries Tire and Auto.
Because remember, fresh tires don't stink.
They don't, Ken. They smell like fresh tires. Third down and 13 for the Trojans. Ball spotted at the 16-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 left, 2 in the backfield, shotgun formation. Quarterback quick throw to the right to number 2, breaks free, 10. And they drag him down at about the 8. They'll give him a little forward motion. Well, they spot him at the 9. I thought they'd give him the 8. That's going to make it 4th down and about 5, which they'll go for.
Yeah.
Going to call a 4th down and 6. Right hash mark, ball at the 8-yard line. Inside handoff number 2. He turns the corner and he scores. 42-6. He just come around the end, Ken, and just kind of weaved his way through and was able to get it into the end zone. And so that puts points on the board for Beeville.
Well, I mean, I'm happy for Beeville that did that. It wasn't just a shutout.
Yeah,
you know,
because they got shut out last week, so
and that shows great sportsmanship on Coach Whitaker. You know, putting the second string in, not keeping your starters in there, because we had that bad experience with Ed Couch a long time ago.
Oh, a long time ago. He never forgot that.
And he has never forgotten that, but he has never done that to another team. Now,
except for Ed Couch.
He's waiting for that day to go back.
He's done it.
And do it again,
He did it.
You know?
I remember that one year Ed Couch had us like this, and they just ran it down and run up the score, and he got him the next year in the playoffs, and he did the same thing. He normally doesn't do that. But anyway, extra point was good, but there was a penalty on the play against Beeville, so they'll back him up and make him kick it again. We've got under a minute left here in the third quarter. Calhoun up at the moment, 42-6. So now the kick will be 25 yards. Snap, hold, kick, and looks good from here.
Yep.
That is the starting quarterback for them, Jaden Gonzalez. Left-handed thrower, left-handed kicker. I'm going to make the assumption he writes left-handed.
Probably so.
Going to make that assumption.
Alrighty, so 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Score is 42-7. Calhoun Sandcrabs over the Beeville Trojans. Beeville just finished making a score, so got themselves on the scoreboard as well. So now it's time for Calhoun's offense, and it's going to be interesting to see who all we got here on the field.
Yeah, we'll see what Calhoun does on this possession here coming up, if they stick with 14 at quarterback. I think they will.
Yeah.
I mean, the offense scored with
There's
the
no
with
sense in
the offense scored with
now.
the second string offense, so there's no reason to put your. It'll be interesting to see what he does with the defense if and when Beeville gets the ball back. If he puts the starters back in, I think he'll stay with the second string. He's going to make them play this out. See if they can't make some changes. Who do we got? We got new guys back here at the 15 for the kickoff return. That is number 15. That is David. Is that Virala?
Gavin Garza is what it shows here.
No,
number
15? You're looking at Beeville's.
Oh,
David Virala. And then on the other side, it looks like number 28 maybe for Calhoun, Jaden Farrow.
okay.
So new kickoff return. Calhoun's got some hands guys up front, thinking maybe Beeville will try onside kick. And they do try it, 10 yards, and we get it. The ball went 11 yards, and we fell on it.
Yep.
So that will give Calhoun the ball 1st and 10 at their 49. Number 77, Gavin Chavez, coming in. Offensive line, number 76, Luke Bonyas. Looks like Hadley's going to stay out. Number 22 for Calhoun is now coming in. That's Trent Taylor. Number 55 for Calhoun coming out, Dane Spencer. Boy, that's the younger brother of Gage Spencer.
Yeah.
Fantastic offensive lineman who's now playing offensive line at Air Force. So
yeah.
doing really well. So good to see his littler brother getting some playing time here. Number 15, Virala in the backfield. He lines up left. Oh, Coach Whitaker is, well, somebody call the ambulance. I think we just lost a head coach. Yeah, they got up right at the line, and somebody jumped. And he is getting on the young man who did it. And it's like, you're out there for a reason. Let's focus.
But you notice he put him right back out there too.
Put it right back out there and
Put
say,
him
you're
right
going to
back.
get
Okay,
it
now
right.
you show me. You show me now.
You're going to get it right. I think,
Yeah.
of course, if I'm the player, I don't want to come back to the sideline. Coach, let me stay out here. In fact, can I line up wide right this time just to get me away from you? Yeah, you know how that goes. We've all been there, Ken.
Got one wide left, tight on the right. Snap.
Quick pitch to the outside, to the 50, 45, cuts back up inside, and gets to the 40. That was number, I believe, 28 on that carry. Or 22, I'm sorry. For Calhoun, Trent Taylor. And that's going to make it the 1st and 10 with 25 seconds left. And there's about, and the game clock and the play clock are dead on, Ken. They don't see
Yeah.
that very often.
No, you don't.
20 seconds left and counting. Sonata under center. Motion number 15. Oh, man, we got guys dancing all over the place, moving. Yeah, we had a false start again. I think Coach Whitaker's just going to go get in the truck and go home.
Yeah, they may have to take him in an ambulance here pretty soon. He's going to bust a blood vessel
Oh,
there a
yeah.
little bit. Yeah, his blood pressure might be going up a little bit. But that's all right. We're still ahead, 42 to
But
7.
at the same time, Ken, you keep those guys in there because they've got to learn. You can't do that,
exactly.
and
You
they
gotta
can't,
learn.
and they can't get it right unless they're out there on the field.
Mm-hmm. That's what it takes to make yourself perfect.
Yep.
Practice makes perfect.
1st and 15, ball at the 44. Have to get to the 29 with 5 seconds, and they're just going to let the play clock. No, the ball's. So the ref's going to wind up with 5 seconds left, and we're just
There
going
you
to
go.
let it. We're just going to let it roll
Yeah.
down. So at the end of the 3rd quarter, it is 42 to 7. Calhoun over Beeville. We had them 28 to nothing at halftime, and we've scored twice in the 3rd quarter.
28 to nothing, you mean.
28 to nothing.
Yeah.
And so we've been on average, we've scored 2 touchdowns every quarter. So
Yeah.
the offense
Yeah.
kind of stalled here a little bit. Got some players that don't get a lot of offense, and defense,
And offense and defense. Give those guys some playing time. And especially that's going to be real good considering where we are right now in the season.
Yep.
Because we're getting into district here, and we're getting ready to. The last half of district's going to be tougher than
Gonna
the
be
first
tough.
half.
So we don't need to get any start. We don't need to get anybody hurt. Doesn't matter if
No,
they're started or
no,
not.
no.
But you definitely don't need the guys that have got the majority of your playing time injured. All right, here comes Calhoun under center. Now they're coming left to right. Quarterback keeps it, pitches it out to number 15, cross the 40, 35, and he's still dragging, dancing down
He's
the side.
hopping on one leg going down.
It's by the 31. That was number 15, David Virala. He got some playing time last
week.
last week, and then the last pre-district game. That young man's got some speed.
Yeah.
He is they list him as a sophomore, so you're going to see him probably next year taking Salinas's place or Aguilar's place in the backfield. And he's not real tall, so he's hard to see too, as well. So that's a big deal too. If you can't tackle what you can't see.
Brian Ezel watching on here. Good to see you, Brian.
First, second down and 2 for Calhoun. Quarterback follows the fullback through, gets the first down, +2. Wasn't Brian's cousin? I believe it was a cousin, wasn't it? James Ezel played quarterback for Calhoun.
No, I don't think they're related.
Well, they should have been because they have the same last name.
But yes, and
Yeah,
I've
but
talked to
James Ezel
James.
was
Yeah, I've
quarter-
talked to James a few times here the past couple of months. He's doing good.
All right, 2 split left for Calhoun. 1 wide, 1 in the slot on the left. Motion number 28. Quarterback keeps it, pitches it out to number 28. Crosses the 25 and shoots out at about the 20. That was number 28. That is Jaden Farrow, Jr.
28,
And that'll be about a second down and 3. Ball at the 21, just inside the start of the fourth quarter, and Calhoun up 42-7. All right, Calhoun breaks the huddle. Ball to 21. Got to get to the 18. Under center, number 14. He's going to come back off tackle, shoot up, and we got a flag. He gets down to about the 11, but that may be coming back.
14 after Canalo very good up front on the play.
That's going to be a holding, I would think, against Calhoun's kind of spotted where it was. We'll see what the ref comes up with. Yep, holding Calhoun. Probably grabbed the defender, turned him sideways, and that allowed Chernobyl to move through.
So big penalty against Calhoun there. That's going to push him back. Make it second and 13. Looks like.
Second down and 13 for the Sandcrabs.
Number 55, Gage Spencer, not Gage Spencer. See, I'm already calling him younger brother Gage. At center, quarterback keeps it, rolls off to his right, turns the corner, 20, 10, out of bounds at the 6. Dane Spencer, not Gage Spencer.
Yeah, Dane.
That's going to take ball at the 5-yard line, right hash mark for the Sandcrabs. Looking to extend that lead from 42-7. All right, Calhoun up to the line of scrimmage, right hash mark on the 5. Tight. One receiver out wide, left motion, right to left. And that play went literally nowhere because it gained no yardage. Yeah, he turned it to go left and just ran right into the line. That'll put it in a second down. And goal at the 6. Number 22 for Calhoun, Trent Taylor brings the play in from the sideline. Number 28 for Calhoun, Jaden Farrow. In the backfield with Sonata at quarterback. Oh, ball hits the ground. Bad. Did not get the snap exchanged well. It looks like Calhoun got it back because not a lot of Beeville players are jumping up and down excited about it. So, but that's a loss of down. And that's probably just a combination of that center and that quarterback, other than maybe running some plays in practice, don't work a lot together consistently. And so maybe that snap's just not consistently where it needs to be. And 3rd down and goal at the 6. We got a receiver left and right. Motion right to left. Quick pitch to number 28. Turns to 5. Touchdown, Calhoun. That was Jaden Farrow.
Yeah.
Young man from Beeville kind of squared up on him at the 5, and he did a real nice job of actually, he slowed down and then just kind of stepped inside, and the defender was coming at him in a full run, and he saw that. He just kind of put on his brakes a little bit and cut back inside, and the defender for Beeville was coming with a full head of steam. He couldn't slow down.
He went right past him, yeah.
Yep. So with 8:20 left in the ball game, Calhoun looking to go up 49-7. Snap, hold, kick. Oh, this is going to be interesting, and barely drops it over. Boy, you got a pitching wedge shot there, Ken. It just went up and kind of hung and then just dropped down. Yeah.
Like pitching wedge right there.
All right, so with 8:20 left, Calhoun up 49-7.
Yep.
El Campo up 59-0 on Floresville in the 4th quarter. And Bay City 40, Lavernia 14 with 8:17 left in the game. So El Campo looks to be tough like Calhoun. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what you want to see when you play good teams. You want to see 2 good teams play each other and see who can outlast and outsmart the other team. So that's what we might have that in a couple weeks.
Another football player, Rico Perez.
Rico.
Yeah. Once again, the score 49-7. Calhoun over the Beeville Trojans. So Calhoun's second string offense and defense are out on the field now. They're getting them some playing time, and they just finished scoring. And Isaac were playing the Beeville Trojans.
Yeah, the second string offense has scored 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
You've been pretty
they scored
impressive.
2
in it.
touchdowns.
High kick. Young man takes it, lets it bounce, takes it at the 16, cuts back to the 20, and gets pulled down at the 21 by number 15, David Varela. Let's see who Calhoun's got coming back on defense. It looks like your second unit. We'll see if Calhoun can, their second unit defense can hold them. They're going to make it kick it over. They had a flag on the play. They're going to have Calhoun kick it over. I think Beeville says, no, we want to try that again. Calhoun was offsides.
Yeah, now that is a sign of second string there.
Yeah,
If
just
you're offside on a kickoff. One got a little too excited there.
So Calhoun will kick off again.
Yep. Calhoun's going to take the penalty, and they're going to kick off again.
Ball will be moved back to the 35, 5-yard penalty.
Yep.
Ball will be spotted at the 35. I think Beeville was just trying to see if maybe they can just make something happen on special teams. Here comes the kick. Young man takes it at the 12. Got to the 15-20. Cuts back to his right. Now comes back to his left. Didn't like that direction. Now goes back to his right, and that didn't work out any better.
No.
24-yard line. That'll make it first and 10 for Beeville.
They really didn't gain or lose anything from the previous plays.
No, they really didn't. But you know, when you're down 49-7,
You got to try it, you know.
Try whatever you can. Yeah. So Beeville will come out first and 10 at their 20. Spotted at the 25. Oh, now we got a flag on Calhoun, so it's going to be up another 10 yards or 15. Ooh, that's a personal foul. We're going to kick it again.
We ain't never going to get finished with this fourth
No,
quarter.
this is going to be the longest kickoff in the history of kickoffs. And Whitaker has basically taken over these special teams at this point, and he is chewing these young men out. We'll see if that motivation works, Ken.
You got one job.
One job. Don't get in front of the kicker. You've done it 2 plays in a row.
You know, we was always talking when we played, we watched the kicker.
Yeah.
And when he got run up to you, and once he got
Past you, you go.
then you can take off.
Then you go, yeah.
But maybe he's just faster and getting to the line of scrimmage before the kicker is, maybe.
There's a quick young man out there, apparently. You've got to be lined up. Look at there. They're waiting now. Now they're just going to pooch kick it. They're tired of this mess. Young man takes it. 42, bobbles it. It's like Calhoun got it. Worked out just like they planned, Ken. The plan is to have 3 penalties in a row and then pick up a fumble.
Then pick up the fumble.
It's all coming together, Ken. Oh, man.
Whitaker's going to go in there and mark that page
You know,
on the playbook.
last week we scored 3 times and only scored once.
Mm-hmm.
Same possession. This time we've kicked off 3 times and
And
we
got
got
the
the
ball
ball
back.
back. Yeah. I don't know. I expect an incomplete pass to turn into a touchdown right here, Ken. This is going to happen. Figure it out, Ken. Do the math on me. First, I don't know.
Incomplete pass, but a touchdown.
Oh yeah, it's going to work. First and 10 for Calhoun at the 47 of Beeville. They'll be coming left to right. 8 minutes left in the ball game. Motion right to left. Misdirection. Number 15, Varala. Up to the 40. First down. They'll stand him up right at the 37, so that's the first down.
Now they're going to mark it at 43. I'm sorry, the 37. Yeah, you're right. I was going the other way.
Right. You're going the opposite direction there, Ken. This young man, number 15, Varala, David Varala, sophomore, I like the way he runs. He is compact and strong and quick. All right, first down and 10, ball at the 37 for the Sandcrabs. Motion right to left. Quarterback follows the fullback through, he gets to the 30. He'll pick up about 7. They'll spot it at the 30. Now they'll back him up a little bit. 31-yard line. All right, so second down and 4 for the Sandcrabs. They break the huddle. Ball close to the right hash mark on a second down and 4. 6:45 left in the ball game. Tight formation, motion right to left. Quarterback keeps it, back around, gets up to the 22. So that's the same play. They run two times in a row, and they picked up good positive yardage on it. And a first down for Calhoun. And they got it at the 23. .622 left here in the ball game. It's Bay shrimp season in Texas, and Miller Seafood, 1102 Broadway in Port Lavaca is a place to get all your shrimp. Fresh off the boats daily, Gulf shrimp and many other fresh and frozen seafood items are available, along with all the breading and Cajun spices you need to cook them just right. Come by or call 361-552. 6423 Miller Seafood. First down and 10 for Calhoun at the 23. And movement again. They blew the whistle before the play ever started. Somebody moved when they weren't supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a delay of game?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you just said delay of game. I saw movement, but
First and 15, from the 28 for the Sandcrabs.
so first and 15 from the 28-yard line with 5:42 left in counting. Calhoun up 49-7 on Beeville. Looking to go 2-0 in district and retain the district lead along with El Campo and Bay City. Trinidad keeps it, cuts up 20, pushes down to the 14. Or 16, I'm sorry.
14 after Jamal Army carry.
Ball at the 17-yard line. They got to get to the 13.
Number 16, good.
Second down and 5. So on the first and 15, number 14, Ashton's
Second down and 4.
Sternadal picks up 10. Ball left hash mark. No receivers out. Everybody in tight. On the second down and 4. Quarterback keeps it behind the fullback, and they stand him up. Maybe he got a yard out of that. Let's see where they mark it.
Just another on the carry. Tackled by Hosta.
Yep, got to go on. Gonna make a third down and 2. 4:28 left.
Cruz in the 15.
On third down and 2, definitely 2 down territory here, Ken. I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
we'll see a field goal attempt. They'll
No.
just try to
No.
pick up the first down. Not under center, motion, hand off to the fullback. He gets the first down, cuts back up 10, buries his head 5, 4, 3, 2, and he drug him into the end zone. Touchdown,
Yep.
and a flag for a horse collar tackle. That the touchdown will count, and that will be personal foul, horse collar tackle. That'll be assessed on the
Assessed on
kickoff.
the kickoff, yeah.
That was number 28, right? Yes. No. Was that Jaden Farrell or was that Gunner?
I think that was Jaden.
Jaden, number 28, Jaden Farrell. The extra point attempt coming up for the Sandcrabs. Looking to take it to 56, which will make this the highest scoring game for the Sandcrabs this year so far. Snap, low snap kick, and up and good.
Yeah.
I tell you, that kicker and holder working real well this season.
Yeah.
Even when it's a bad snap, they're grabbing it and getting it where it needs to be.
So that brings the score 56-7 now. 3 minutes, 57 seconds left in this ball game.
So Calhoun will kick it off left to right.
So this will keep us tied in first place
Yes.
in district.
But next week we've got to travel to Floresville.
Yeah.
A little bit of a road trip, 2.5 hours per se, all the way to Floresville. And then the week after that, we come back home for El Campo. Like we talked about earlier, you cannot overlook Floresville next week.
Yeah. No, you cannot do that.
You want to play good, solid football. You don't want to play sloppy football. You want to play tight and everything's working methodical. Just play your game, come out of that with a win, and then get ready for El Campo for the week after that. So that penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. Calhoun will kick off from the 45-yard line of Beeville. Now, if I'm them, I don't kick it out of the end zone. I kind of pooch it because if you kick it out of the end zone, they're going to get the 25, make them work for it. And he kind of just rolls it into the end zone. Oh, young man, it bounced in and came out. Woo, he got lucky. It barely crossed the white line, bounced once, and then popped back in. He was about to have a real problem at the 1-yard line. So they will take over the 25. with 3:57 left. So Beeville will have it 1st and 10 at their 25. Coming right to left down 56-7. So if you're Beeville, I'm thinking you want this 3:57 to run out pretty quick. You don't want to have any injuries on your players as well. Ball spotted left hash mark. Quarterback shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, rolls to his right, got pursuit, and going to just throw it towards the receiver over on the right-hand side, but he was just trying to get rid of it because he had a young man coming on him. Once again, that's from the backside, and they haven't been blocking that backside for Calhoun pretty much all night.
And, you know, when you're a quarterback, you just kind of see that out of the corner of your eye. You see them coming.
You got to run.
Yeah, you got to run or get rid of it.
All right, 2nd and 10 for Beeville. Quarterback shotgun. He's got 2 receivers up top to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback straight drop back. Now he's going to roll to his right. He's got a young man and got a little dump off pass. He gets to the 30, 35, cuts back in, picks up 12. And a 1st down for Beeville. One of the few times where the quarterback took the ball, rolled out, he didn't have somebody from Calhoun breathing down his neck.
Yeah. Well, and the coverage wasn't there. They had that receiver open there.
He just slipped out underneath.
Yeah, he did. He just kind of slipped out of there.
Now he's got pursuit. He's got everybody coming. He's going to dump it over to a fullback, and he's up in midfield. Crosses midfield, gets down to the 40. A lot of times, Ken, if you blitz, you put a max. Now we got a late flag. You put a max blitz like that, and if you don't get to him, there's going to be somebody just a dump off right over the top every single time because that fullback is letting you blitz. He's letting you go by, and then he's releasing. Got a late flag, which usually tells me that's a personal foul and sportsmanlike on somebody. And it looks like it's going to be Beeville. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be an unsportsmanlike. So probably something after the play. I didn't see any scuffling going on, but apparently somebody said something that the ref did not care for. And you know, the refs, especially in high school football, they will not allow any talking like that at the high school level. They're not going to. Bay City 40, Lavernia 21 is a final, so Bay City goes 2-0 in district. Beeville, El Campo will end up winning their game. They'll go 2-0. Calhoun will go 2-0. So for 2 weeks in a row in district, we have 3 undefeated teams. Next week, El Campo and Bay City play.
It's really going to get jumbled up.
Yep. Next week.
Yep. Next week is going to be a big teller of the whole story. Because
you could have
you're going to knock one of us out.
You could have one team take sole possession. If two teams, if between us, Bay City and El Campo, if 2 of us lose, if we lose and one of them lose, of course, then the winner of that game is going to be sole possession of first place.
Yeah.
If we win, then we'll still be in first place after 3 games. So
we could either come in first solely, or we could be coming tied
second
for first or in second place.
Yeah.
You know, 2 teams tied in first. So
it's gonna be that's like you say, it's gonna be a big week for this district. All right, here comes Beeville 1st and 10 at their 45. Receiver motion left to right. Quarterback takes a snap, rolls, got pursued, popped him as soon as he caught it. He hit that safety valve underneath, and we had a defender waiting on him. He kind of played off him. That was I can't see his number of a young man if he'll turn. That was 15, Varela. He was back 10 yards when that pass was released, and he saw it coming. He just ran up there, didn't get to him too fast. As soon as he caught the ball, he popped him. Loss of 4 yards on that.
that was a good hit too.
They were trying that little late kind of a dump off with the blitzers coming in fast. Quarterback's going to roll to his right now. Looking, got pursued, going to dump it again. Young man goes up high, couldn't get it.
No, he couldn't get it.
Quarterback couldn't plant his feet. He had two defenders coming at him, so he couldn't get his feet planted. So usually when that happens, the ball will tend to loft a little bit on you. So 3rd and 14 for Beeville. With 2:35 left in the ball game. Ball left hash mark. Got 2 receivers right, 2 left. Quarterback's going to take the snap, drop back, with a delayed draw. He's got some room. He's at midfield. And he gets run out of bounds. That is not a first down. Oh, they were getting generous. That is a first down. I thought he came up about half a yard shy, but he was close. But he picks up the first down at the 45.
Down to 2 minutes, 26 seconds left in this ball game. They're in hurry-up offense again.
Yeah, they've been in that pretty much all night.
Yeah.
Left hash mark. Quarterback takes a snap. He drops back. He's looking. Going across the middle. Young man catches it at the 24 on a crossing route. Very nice. Calhoun's in a kind of a basic zone defense. They had a receiver covered one-on-one coming out to the left, but they were zoned across the middle. And the young man just did a good job of coming in and finding that soft area in that zone. And the quarterback hit him coming across. Nice throw. And quarterback's turning to his right, rolling. Now he's gonna run. He gets to the 10, spins, gets hit, dropped at the 2.
Good run by the quarterback.
Yeah, quarterback took advantage of the coverage that we had. Everybody was covered, so when he saw that, he just released. 158. First and goal for Beeville at the 2-yard line.
Minute and 48 counting.
High snap, a handoff inside, touchdown Beeville. So second string offense against second string defense, and they've scored twice on us. So in a battle of second strings, they're winning.
Yeah.
Well, we've scored a bunch.
Yeah, we did.
With our second string.
And they scored two, and our second string has scored twice, and they've scored twice, so it's pretty even there.
Pretty even there. So extra point attempt coming up. No, I think they're going to go for 2. This is really weird, but well, no, it's time to practice your 2-point conversions, Ken. Even if you're Beeville, even if you're losing by quite a bit, by 40-something points, sometimes you got to try running some plays. You may need it later on in the season. There's always a chance to learn, Ken, and practice.
So
even
they moved them over to the hash mark now.
Even in the midst of a game, there's a chance to always get better. Quarterback keeper turns up, and did he get it? AV didn't. He's real close. Nope, did not make it. So with 1:43 left in the ball game, it is Calhoun 56. Beeville 13 carries. Tire and Automotive sells great tire brands, including BF Goodrich, Continental Cooper, Michelin, and Toyo. Get your next tires at 918 Broadway Street. Carries Tire and Automotive. One of Calhoun's sponsors for the season for On Air. So Beeville will kick off the Calhoun with 1:43 left in the ball game, and I think if you're Calhoun, you got 1 timeout. Beeville's got 3.
Got 2. Yeah.
I think you just take a couple of knees. If Beeville, you just let it go. Take a couple of knees and regroup for next week if you're the Trojans. They will be playing Lavernia next week as schedule rolls. So that'll be a tough game for Beeville. Lavernia's got a good football team. Held us to 22, held our offense to 22, so they've got a good defense at Lavernia. I don't know if we'll see Beeville try an onside kick or something like that. We'll see what they do here on this kickoff. They're taking a long time to figure it out. We got some hands up front. Gavin Reyes, 88. Sternadel, and he'll just kind of kick it a little deep, take it at the 11. Calhoun brings it around to the 15, up to the 20, and gets taken down at about the 18, 19-yard line. So Calhoun will take over 1st and 10 at their 19. Up 56-13 with 1:34 left in the ball game. Ball at the 19. El Campo wins 66-0 over Floresville.
Wow.
They put up 40-something last week. They put up 108 points in 2 weeks. That's a stout offense.
Yep.
Well, quite honestly, on tonight's game, if we'd have kept our starting offense in, we would have.
Yeah, we would in the 60s easy.
Calhoun's got everything up tight. They made us take some couple of fullback dives. And Sternadel follows the fullback through and gets up to the 30. Pickup of about 6. Of course, with Calhoun's offense, the way it's designed, you could very easily just have a quarterback keeper right off left tackle and he goes 60 yards. Everybody for Beeville playing up tight because we're not going to be throwing the football. I don't think we've thrown it once tonight.
Nope.
Nope.
No
passes
not
tonight. Minute and 2 in counting. Basically, all Calhoun has to do is walk up here, let the play clock run down to about 5, snap the football, and then the ball game will be over. They'll play up tight. They'll let the play clock get like I say, get down to about 4 or 5 seconds. And it's take a knee right here, and that's all it needs to be because you've got 38 seconds left on a 45-second play clock, or 40-second play clock. So that will.
Yeah, you only got 27
Yeah,
seconds
26,
left.
and you got about a 5 seconds disparity between the two. So that'll take us to the end of the ball game. Calhoun 56, Beeville 13. So an excellent football game played by the Sandcrabs tonight, defensively and offensively. Dominant across both lines. Special teams was excellent. The band sounded good, and the cheerleaders didn't mess up, Ken. So
Yeah.
all in all, we had a good game tonight. The Sandettes, even the little Sandettes nailed it, Ken. So everything was good tonight. So once again, into the ball game, 56-13, Calhoun over Beeville puts Calhoun to 2-0 in district, tied with El Campo and Bay City atop this district. Those are your 3 top teams, and all 3 of those teams, one scored 66, one scored 56, and one scored 40. No slouches between those 3. So next week we are at Floresville.